Let's go! Hello and welcome back, Disciplebots. My name is Pastor Prime, and again, this is our Disciplebot training headquarters. Glad that you're back for day 2 of our very special online Disciplebot training camp. Hope you had a great day yesterday. We've got another fun and exciting day for you today, and you're going to get to meet again the true transformer, Jesus. Today we're going to get to hear about Jesus transforming the life of a man named Zacchaeus. Maybe you've heard that name before. We're going to read that Bible story together and see how Jesus transforms him. But before we do that, we've got some more song and dance with our good friend and instructor, Bumble G. And in fact, you're going to get to learn a new song today. And we've got another crazy game for you with our good friend and instructor, Ravi. Hope you're ready for another day of fun. Again, if you haven't done so, make sure to go to our website, stjohns-wp.org, www.stjohns-wp.org. Click on the VBS tab, and there are some documents that you'll want to download for a supplies list and also for some crafts that are going to be happening later on in the week. All right, everyone, I hope that you're ready. Hope you're geared up for a fun day. Let's get started with our song and dance with our good friend and instructor, Bumble G. Disciplebots, roll out.
Welcome back, Disciplebots. Excited to see you again as we're here for Disciplebot training. Let's make sure we're all loosened up and ready to go, because today we're going to continue to practice our work with brand new, because that's what Jesus makes you. Let's do it. Disciplebots, activate.
Let's go! First, there's Peter, Simon, the rock for short. Followed Jesus when he called him and he rocked the boat. He rocked the quote, confessed Jesus as the Christ. Said he rocked with Jesus if it meant he'd die. But he lied, because when it came time, he denied. God shook and saved himself. Then he cried, didn't want to give his life, but Jesus did whatever it took to change his life. And so suddenly he saw the risen Christ, and Jesus stood there and told him to share, to feed the sheep, to feed the lambs, to give him grace. And Peter's heart was transformed in place.
Transforms from the start, shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you are
Then Zacchaeus listed too short, let's call him Z. Needed to see Jesus, so he climbed a tree. He was a thief, hated by all the peeps, cause he cheated and he stole, so they all had beef. But Jesus looked up and he saw something more. Saw the heart of a man needed to be transformed. So he called them down, said let's roll out. Your house, no doubt, let's go, we out. And then they went. Jesus reminded Z to live as he was meant. Z was changed and saved, for Jesus taught her he'd been sent. And in that time Z became a different man. Jesus transformed his heart like only Jesus can. So from a tree, Jesus to see, transformed indeed. And certainly it wasn't the last time, because a different tree would be what all would need. The true transformer was you and me.
Transforms from the start, shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you are brand new.
Then you got Thomas, who didn't believe the promise. He doubted, stayed hating, to faith he said no. But Jesus knew his heart, that he needed changing. He showed up, hands open, said don't doubt, believe. Next you got Saul, Paul, the
so that from Paul's lips the Spirit now would breathe.
Oh, and now it's us, that's right. We've been needing Jesus, cause we got stuff we think we tough, but truth is we really rough. Bro, beating, hurting, and that's enough for Jesus to come down, take off his crown. Almost like you heard Kendrick say, be humble now. Walked around on the ground, every town that needed him to save. So he came through, but that's not all he did. Son of God, son of man, calling the 3-day kid. Cause he went from cross to grave, from grave to life, and gave the life to you and I. Yeah, we could live. That's what it means to be transformed, to have everything we need for him who breaks the storm, lifts us up, changes us, and gives us love, so that we can always share in what's from us for.
Transforms from the start, shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you are brand new.
So that from our lips the Spirit now will breathe.
What a day, what a life, and it's true. He is with us and his faithfulness is new. Every day God has given us this life. But what if you feel like you're living in a lie? If you ever feel like you do not belong, like you cannot break out from doing wrong, even then God has promises for you. He is with you, he is making all things new. You are never lost to Jesus. He is faithful in his love. Great is his faithfulness. He is faithful in the way that he loves you. New every morning, in his eyes you're one beloved that's been renewed. He doesn't qualify or quantify his never failing grace. He draws us to himself, a mosaic of every tribe and race. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. In his love you never need to be afraid. You are beautiful, the image of our God. He is with you, he is making all things new. You are never lost to Jesus. He is faithful in his love for you.
Whoa, that was amazing, Disciplebots, and I'm so excited that you were there with me. What a great job you did. Let's keep going, and let's make sure that we're always working hard, especially with our Disciplebot training. But remember, no matter what, Jesus is always rolling out with you. So let's keep it going. Disciplebots, activate for the rest of the day. See you later. Hear from me, Bumble G.
Thank you, Bumble G. Again, you always have the best dance moves. Thank you for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the new song today. You're going to be experts at this stuff by the end of the week. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game from yesterday. We've got another crazy game for you with our good friend and instructor, Ravi. So I'll send you to him. Disciplebots, roll out.
Hi Disciplebots, this is Ravi again. Hope you guys enjoyed my last game. I'm back with a different game. This is called Fork Quarters, okay? And for this game, you guys need a fork and you guys need some quarters. Okay, let me explain how the game goes, guys. You need to put the fork on a table upside down like this. And the quarters, you guys are going to roll it into the tongs of the fork. Okay, you guys have to get as many quarters as possible in 1 minute. You guys can give it a shot. Challenge your brother or sister or your parents. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with this game.
How fun is Fork Quarters? I know I'm going to have to keep going back and practicing because it's a little tricky, but it is so much fun. I hope you enjoyed it, Disciplebots. The reason we played Fork Quarters today is because we're going to see Jesus transform the life of a guy named Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus was a collector of money. He was a tax collector, and that's why we had quarters in our game today. And to see how Jesus transforms the life of Zacchaeus, we're going to read a story. And we're going to read Zacchaeus' story from the Jesus Storybook Bible by Sally Lloyd-Jones and illustrated by Jago. This is an absolutely wonderful book and wonderfully illustrated book. It has a lot of stories in it from the Bible, and they all point to Jesus, the true transformer. So let's read about the story of Zacchaeus from Luke chapter 19. This one's called The Man Who Didn't Have Any Friends. None. There was once a man who didn't have any friends. None. Do you have any friends? Well, of course you do, but not Zacchaeus. Poor Zacchaeus didn't have any. You're probably wondering why. Was it because he was so short? That's not a reason not to like someone. Was it because he had a name that was hard to say? Well, neither is that. Even though he was short and he did have a funny name, that wasn't it. No, people didn't like Zacchaeus because he stole their money. Zacchaeus collected taxes. Taxes were what people had to pay the king. But Zacchaeus took more than he was supposed to and kept the extra money for himself and made himself rich. Everyone knew what he was up to, and it made them cross and grumpy. They didn't like Zacchaeus one bit. So they made sure he knew it by doing things like avoiding him, and walking on the opposite side of the street, and pretending not to see him, and whispering things like, "There's that nobody who thinks he's a somebody," loud enough so that he could hear. Anyway, one day, a huge crowd gathered by the road. Jesus was coming to their town, and everyone wanted to see him. Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus too, but everyone was too tall. He tried jumping up and down, but that didn't work. He couldn't see a thing. Luckily, Zacchaeus had a good idea. "I'll climb that sycamore tree," he said. So he did. He was surprisingly good at climbing trees for a man who was so unusually short that he had to take a flying leap just to get into his chair in the morning. From the tree, Zacchaeus had the perfect view, all the way down the road. Another minute, and suddenly Jesus was at the tree. He stopped and looked up. Zacchaeus saw Jesus, and Jesus saw Zacchaeus. "Zacchaeus," Jesus said, "I'd like to come over to your house." Zacchaeus almost fell out of the tree. Come over to his house? No one ever wanted to come anywhere near his house, let alone inside it. The people saw this, and needless to say, it made them even crosser and grumpier than usual. They mumbled and murmured and muttered, "Why is Jesus being kind to that big sinner? Doesn't Jesus know about him?" Zacchaeus scrambled down and took Jesus to his house. He was in a big hurry because he didn't want Jesus to change his mind. Perhaps Jesus hadn't heard about him. Perhaps Jesus didn't know about how he had been stealing, and how no one liked him, and how he didn't have any friends. But Jesus knew. He knew all about Zacchaeus and the stealing and everything, and he still loved him. Zacchaeus was ashamed. "Lord," he said, turning pale, "what I've done is wrong. But now I want to do the right thing. I will give the money back to everyone, 4 times what I stole." And that's just what he did. Jesus smiled. "My friend," he said, "today God has rescued you." Jesus loved Zacchaeus when nobody else did. He was Zacchaeus' friend, even when no one else was. Because Jesus was showing people what God's love was like. His wonderful, never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. Wow, I love that story with Zacchaeus. Jesus transformed Zacchaeus' life. Remember, Zacchaeus, he also did some bad things. He stole money from people. He took more than he was supposed to. And because of that, people didn't like him. As the story told us, no one liked him. He didn't have any friends. But Jesus loved him. And Jesus wanted to go to his house. And Jesus showed him that he loved him no matter what. And you know what that did to Zacchaeus? It made Zacchaeus very happy. He was very happy that Jesus loved him and wanted to be his friend, wanted to come over to his house. He was so excited by Jesus' love that he was transformed. Jesus transformed Zacchaeus from being greedy to being a giver. Jesus loves us, dear Disciplebots, no matter what we've done. No matter how many bad things we've done, no matter if anyone else is angry at us because of the things we've done, Jesus always loves us. And we know that because he died on a cross for us. He rose from the dead for us. We know, no matter what, Jesus will always love us. Disciplebots, I hope you had a great Day 2 of our very special online Disciplebot training camp. Hope to see you back here for Day 3. Disciplebots, roll out.